I'm Oggy Moxon. We said you'd have to use your imaginations. I'm Oggy. I'm hard as nails, as toe-cap boots are hard, as marble in a church, as concrete on your head, I'm hard.
As calculus?
As calculus, I'm hard. As learning Hebrew is hard, and so am I.
Yep.
Even Bashford knows I'm rock. His cane wilts like an old sock. And if any teachers in the shit-pot school with their degrees and bad breath lay a finger on me, God be my judge. I'll have their eyes. And if not me, our Nobby will be up to this knowledge college in a flash.
All the female flesh.
All the female flesh fancy me in my 501s. No uniform for me. Never. From big Miss Grimes to pert Miss Prime, I see their eyes flick to my buttonhole flies, and they know like I that no male on the staff could satisfy them.
Like me.
Like me, because I'm hard all the time. One day, last Christmas dance, me and Miss Prime danced to some bullshit track, and my hand slipped down her back, and she told me she thought that I was great. I felt that arse.
That schoolboy
wank.
A tight buttocked.
A tight buttocked, footed.
Reebok footed leggy arse. I touched that and heard her sigh for me. In cookery one day. And as I walked
through these last corridors.
2 terms.
And as I walked my last 2 terms through these corridors of sickly books and boredom, I see grown men flinch in fear. In cookery one day, my hands were all covered in sticky paste, and I asked pretty Miss
And in haste?
I asked pretty Miss Bell if she could get for me a hanky from my pocket. Of course she would. A student on teaching practice, wanting to help, not knowing my pockets had holes and my underpants were in the wash. Oh no! She yelped, but in truth got herself a frill. A frill, and has taught her nothing else the last 2 years. Be warned when Oggy Moxon is about. Get out your cigs and lock up your daughters.
Okay, well done, Molly. Words are nearly there.
Yeah.
So that's an achievement in itself, because it's quite a wordy script. I think I only gave you 4 or 5 prompts, so well done for that. What I think about this week's rendition is that you've slightly lost some of the edge off your character.
Oh.
You're playing him a bit soft, Molly.
Mum?
I thought you were. What did you think, Kellyanne?
Yeah, it didn't sound as, like, I don't know. Last week it sounded like she had more, like, aggressive.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I think you gave a more aggressive portrayal last week, Molly. And somehow you've just softened him down. You've made him quite benign. So you've got the horrible lines, but then it's a rather gentle delivery. So whatever you were doing last week, and maybe this often happens when people are trying to remember lines, elements of their characterisation then slip. So now you're a little bit more secure with your lines. I would urge you to revisit your original character that you had for Oggy, because I thought he was very believable.
Okay.
Do you want to just try the first, try the first paragraph, your opening lines? I'm Oggy Moxham. We said you'd have to use your imaginations. Your voice was a bit deeper, it was a bit harder, and in those first couple of lines you're setting the scene as to how he is going to be.
Okay.
So
yeah.
why don't you just try that and see if you can cement your character a little bit more.
Okay.
Okay?
Just that bit.
Just keep going and see how you get on.
I'm Oggy Moxon. We said you'd have to use your imaginations. I'm Oggy. I'm hard. As hard as nails.
Okay, right, I'm going to stop you there, Molly. The difference between the beginning of the first rendition and that one was marked. For first, what happened to your body language? You leant in.
Twitched a little bit.
You twitched, yeah, and that was horrible. It was almost menacing, that twitch was. It's like, you watch out because I'm going to punch your lights out. You leant into the character as well.
Yeah.
You actually physically leant forward, and that makes you appear more aggressive as well. It's like, I'm in your face. Do you know what I mean?
Don't mess with me.
Yeah. I think because, again, go back to the lines, I think because you were thinking, I've got to try and get through this and try and remember all my lines.
Yeah.
That initial setting of the character flew out the window.
Yeah.
But I think you've still got it.
Okay.
But it will require a conscious effort.
Yeah.
What is this bloke all about? And you can always think, to set this scene as well, we need to know, where's he come from? What's he been up to? He's probably just come back from having a fag outside in the bike sheds with one of his old cronies, you know? What's his mission in life? What is Oggy Moxon's mission in life? Is it just to destroy everybody around him, do you think?
Yeah.
Because he has absolutely no consideration for anybody, really, does he? So some things to think about in order to build that character up.
Okay.
And of course, that will give you enough to think about. That's where have I come from and where am I going are two of the rules of Stanislavski technique.
Yeah. And
that is something that you could bring a little bit more into this role as well, Molly.
Yeah.
But I think once your lines are more secure, you will get that character back.
Yeah.
So well done. Okay.